I didn't do it.
Yes, we'll just keep moving along.
Yes.
Who knows what that was about? And the question was, of course, I forgot the question about, oh, loved
If
ones.
yes,
Yes, yes, absolutely. I may not always acknowledge that they're there, but I can see that they're there, and I'll wait until the Akashic Record Keeper is done with what they need to say, and then I will ask the Akashic Record Keeper, is it okay if we bring that energy forward now? But they're always there. The Akashic Records is that space, it's the same space that our loved ones are in too. It's that same frequency. And so of course they want to pop in and they want to see what's going on. They want to see the movie too. so so they're absolutely there, definitely.
that's very interesting. So, what I find interesting, so you're not in a hypnotic state as you are in. I had a
Exactly.
between life regression with Linda Bachman, which was
Yeah.
really fascinating. That was incredible. And supposedly, I wasn't doing my work in my last lifetime, but I
Here
think I'm
you
making
are.
up for it in this one. I'm trying my best. Carol, are there any other questions, or do you have anything else? You can unmute. You're muted.
Yes, actually, Marina Delini is asking, why would anyone want to have some kind of fear?
Right. That's a very good question. It might be that they need to learn about what that feels like. When we are experiencing these lifetimes, before we come into this lifetime, we look and we say, what do I want to do? What do I want to do this time? What do I want to experience? And for some, they want to play and they say, well, hey, why not have a fear of water? Because they're growing up by the beach, right? And so but they have a fear of water. Why not throw that in? It's on the other side, our souls are so advanced. It's not like here, it's not like this experience. From that perspective, all we're doing here is playing a part. We're in a play and we're playing a part. So we're just taking on this persona for a little bit of time. And then we're going to go back and we're going to say, wow, look what I learned. I did learn that I could live by the beach and have a fear of water. I did that. I could do that. And so that is why we sometimes choose these different experiences, these different lessons. It's because in that in between space, when we're making the choices, we say, "What do I want to do this time?" And I could just kick myself for agreeing, right? to have the loss again and as other lifetimes, but I get it now. I understand, and I'm a willing participant now because I know that I did it. I saw myself say that, and so I accept that, and I am, now I am here to figure out what I need to do with that.
Thank you. Also, Renee Mullinex is asking, do you know how the record keepers chosen are appointed?
I only know that they are part of our High Council, and I do believe that the High Council follows you from lifetime to lifetime, just as the Akashic Record Keepers follow you lifetime to lifetime. So it's that same energy that's going to help you in, 5 lifetimes ago that is helping you in this lifetime. But how they're chosen, I'm not too sure about that. These are very, very high frequency energies. These are not energies who have been incarnated uh, for a very, very long time. So they are only in spirit. Unlike some of our guides and things like that, and of course our kids, who can also be our guides. We've come in and out of bodies, but these energies are not. These energies have not incarnated for a long time.
Okay, interesting. Also, another question, if you meet with the client several times, do you visualize or sense different scenarios or scenes when you initially ask the record keeper or guides to assist?
Yes, every time is different. Absolutely. Every time is different. Well, oh, they're correcting me. I always love it when I get corrected by spirit. If you need to see the same thing over and over again, then they'll show you the same thing over and over again. But usually that's not the case. Usually it is, you tackle one thing and you work with it, you figure out what it means for you, and then you come back and you go for a different one. I have a client and we work on the healing aspect of it. There's a lot of different ways to heal these things. And so I'll always ask, okay, I'll ask your record keeper, what is the best way to heal with this? I have a ton of tools to do that. And so I have a client, I see her probably maybe once every couple of months, maybe. And now we're on a kind of a break. So you have to incorporate that. It has to be assimilated. So I wouldn't recommend somebody come every 2 months for like a year. That's way too much. A couple of times would be great. And then assimilate it and see how it changes what you're doing, how you're responding to life, what changes are in your reality. Because a lot of this, you don't even need me for. I'm just being the facilitator. A lot of it is you connecting with your soul, you connecting yourself with your keeper, with your Akashic record keeper, and figuring out how you need to do life. So I'm here to help, but really I like to assist and then set you free if you're ready to go.
Okay. Another parent is asking if the records confirm that it was our child's time to transition.
Yes, I have not had an instance yet where the records have not confirmed that.
So,
Yeah,
okay. Can you have a session where the client can meet their own guide and get set up to enter their own records?
absolutely. Definitely. There's lots of different ways to do this. And if somebody would like to do it on their own, I highly recommend that you do it. And that's what that intro class is about. We're going to go into the meditation, and everyone in that intro class is set up to meet their Akashic record keeper. Because again, I'm really very much teach to fish, not fish for you kind of gal. So, uh, and again, that's free and it's on my website. If you go to my website, it's right on the front page to register. It's Introduction to Akashic Records. So you can definitely do it on your own. And again, if you need assistance, then I can provide that. But ultimately, you do want to probably access this on your own, just like you want to access your kids, right? It's the same kind of the same thing that you want to do with a connection. It's very similar connection, like we were talking about, accessing your children and accessing the records. It's all really in the same place.
It's great. And I just went to your website and I see you also have free meditation classes or free
Yes,
meditations.
I do
Wow.
every month. Every month we have a free meditation because it's so important, and we cover different things. Tomorrow night we have one. It's the full moon meditation, but we're doing soul work. We're going to be doing some work with our souls and connection with our souls tomorrow night. So yeah, it's right on the front page of my website. So I love to provide these things because again, we can all do this. I always like to say I'm not special. I just learned how to do it. And of course I had JT kicking me in the rear all the way down the road to do it because that's what we agreed to do. But yeah, I'm a firm believer that we're all capable and able to connect with our kids and to have this information.
Now, do you have to sign up in advance? I'm just trying to give everybody information. So if they
Thank
want to
you.
join you tomorrow night, they are not scrambling at the last minute. If you could just walk us through
believe,
what you have to do.
yes, you do have to register so that you can get the Zoom link. It is free, of course. And I believe I keep the registration open up to an hour before the beforehand, and they're usually it's 4:30 Pacific, 5:30 Mountain, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern are when I do those.
That's wonderful that you do that. Thank you so much. I'm just on your website now. It's a beautiful website. I hope
Oh, thank you.
everybody will take the time to go to it.
Thank you
There
very
any
much.
other questions, Carol? Do you see anything else?
No, I'm not seeing any others. I was just scrolling up and nope, at
Okay,
this
great.
point, it looks like we don't have any more.
So we just have a couple of minutes left. Marina is raising her hand. Oh, sure, Marina, it's her name.com, but yes, I will, it's serenabaptista.com is the website. So I could
Not
type
the
that in the
easiest name to
No, it is. It's very easy. But I will type it in for her
Thank
again.
you. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yes. So in the few minutes we have left, do you want to sum anything up? Any other words of wisdom?
Yes, definitely. There's always the nuggets, right, from our kids, that again, that we're here for purpose, and that there was purpose in what happened in the event, and there's purpose for your kid too. And all of that combines together for the bigger picture, and the bigger picture being that and it's different for everybody, but it's definable. And that's what, again, the Akashic Records helps me to define that, not only for myself but for other people. And that getting those answers, the why things happen, because I was always the kid that said why. It drove my mom crazy, I'm sure. I can have those answers now. Why did that happen? Go to the records. And whenever I forget, and I say, why is this happening? And JT will say, go to the records, Mom. So he'll have to remind me sometimes. But it's all, we're all here for purpose. And none of us are here happenstance. We have said we wanted to be here. I know it's really difficult sometimes to understand that concept, but you have things to do. You have things to do here, just as your kids have things to do on the other side. Absolutely. So, and I really want to thank you all for being here, and thank Helping Parents Heal for this forum, because otherwise, how's this information going to get there, right?
Yes. All right. Marina is asking a question. I think we know the answer. Could we change our children's passing if we knew in advance?
No, unfortunately, some things, when we come in with these contracts, like JT had a contract, he was going to leave early. That was basically it. He told me he had 3 times, and he left on the 3rd time. So he had 3 exit points. And I know when those other 2 exit points were. This was all afterward that he said all this, of course. But he had to go. That's it, period. He had to go. When our kids leave early, they had to go. So there's nothing that we could have done to change that. If we tried, excuse me, if we tried to change it, then it would have happened a different way. So they were going to go regardless. That's what I have learned. And that's what JT has taught me.
Yeah. Opportunity presents itself, and that's the exit point. Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much. It really, it just takes us to realize we can't think in human terms. We really need to think in the bigger picture and in spiritual terms.
Yes, bigger picture. Absolutely.
Bigger picture. Well, thank you for being here, Carol. Thanks for helping this evening. And we always ask, yes, we always ask everyone to unmute and to say thank you and good night. And what a great evening it really was. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was
So
awesome.
grateful.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much for being here.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.